Hello everybody, my name is Leandro Mada. In this video I'm going to show you how to connect a PLC and an HMI using the Machine Expert protocol. So let's go to the presentation. As you can see here, we have three different PLC ranges, the N251, the N241 and the N262. In this controller we have the possibility to communicate with the HMI via Modbus serial or Modbus TCP. But in this example, what we're going to do is the following. We are going to define these communication parameters, okay, for Modbus serial and this communication parameter for Modbus TCP, okay, on the PLC side and on the HMI side in each software for the operator terminal expert on the HMI and the machine expert on the PLC side. In a real machine, we don't normally use the both communications, Modbus TCP over Ethernet or Modbus serial to exchange information. It's much easier to use one of these, okay? But what we can do is to run this machine expert protocol via Modbus serial and or Modbus TCP in order to exchange the information between the PLC and the HMI in an easy way. So let's go to our software, the Machine Expert, to explain to you how this can work. First, we need to get access into the configuration of the PLC. In order to do that, we need to get access into the device tree. If you're not able to see this device tree, probably you need to go to View, Navigator, and select Device Tree. Once you have the device tree, you can go here on My Controller, select the Ethernet one, select and change the configuration of the IP address, okay, the subnet and the gateway address, and then you must select this, the Machine Expert protocol, to enable in order to communicate between the HMI and the PLC. Another thing that you can do also, if you don't want to use, in this particular case, the Ethernet 1, you can select the Ethernet 2, select the IP address, all the network configuration, and then select also the Machine Expert. But in our case, with this one, Ethernet 1, it's enough. Another possibility is to use the serial line to communicate to the HMI, okay? And if you want to use the Machine Expert Network Manager, we can do it, okay? First, we need to configure all the parameters, okay? I believe I have this configured in the presentation. And then this option must be enabled. If it's not enabled in your case, let's delete it in this example, you can add it with this button here, select a Machine Expert Network Manager, add device. And that's it. Okay, so all this configuration that I showed you before, this part is already done, okay? And it's enabled this part. But in order to communicate, we must create a link in the software of the PLC and the HMI. So far, we have configured the PLC side, all the settings on the communication, but we need to create a file that can be imported on the HMI software. So the HMI software can know what is the information that he needs to read. So in order to do that, let's go back to the PLC software. We need to create a symbol configuration. If it's not created, okay, I'm going to delete it. We can go to the tool tree. If it's not enabled in your case, again, View, Navigator, Tools tree. So here, add object, symbol configuration, and you can do it. Okay, you can click on this one or right click on this one, add object, symbol configuration, and it's done. you can see here in the tools tree the symbol configuration. Once you have the symbol configuration added into your program, you can see too many options here that are related to the GBL that you have created and so internal structure of the PLC. In my case, in the application tree, I have made this little program and I have created this GBL. So what you can see in the symbol configuration, okay, are the variables that I have created in this GBL EOT. If we want to share this GBL with the HMI, what we need to do is to select them. First, we need to build, okay, execute build command to enable selection, and then select the GBL or variables that we want to share. If we don't want to select the complete GBL, we can add just partial information. But in this case, I'm going to select everything. We can compile just to check if we don't have any error, which is good. And now what we need to do is to somehow we need to export this information to be imported in the operator terminal expert. So if we go to build, we can generate a code and it will create a file on where our application is. Okay, in my case it's this one, so I'm going to put it like this here, okay, just to show you how it generates the file. So it must create a XML file extension. So if we go to build on the machine expert, generate code, it generates a XML file. This XML file must include the information that I have selected here. Okay, let's take a look. Edit with Notepad. Okay, as you can see here, this is the name, okay, of the variable that I have selected. Okay, so I have created the file that I need to import on the HMI software. So the HMI software knows the variables that I want to share with it. Okay, so this part is good. Now what we're going to do is to download the application to the PLC. So tools tree, my controller, this is the PLC that I have, okay, and if you're using the Machine Expert version 1.2, probably it will ask you to enter some information in order to connect. So administrator is the default, okay. Now it will ask me to change this password. So in my case, for this example, I will use administrator again. Administrator, okay. Administrator, good. I want to download this, okay, good. Let's wait for this to finish. Okay, okay, and play. Okay, good. So the project is downloaded into the PLC side. Okay, and I'm live with the controller. Okay, so before going to the operator terminal expert, there is two things that we need to know. The first one is the node name of the PLC, which is required in order to connect, and then the security. In the PLC, the security is enabled, so this information must be included on the operator terminal expert. Okay, so this application is downloaded into the PLC, and now let's go to the operator terminal expert. I have configured this HMI STC 400 which is the one I have connected in here. Okay, and later we're gonna see how we can download it. So let's configure the driver. If we go to driver, we can select Schneider Electric and here Soul Machine. Soul Machine is the former name of the Machine Expert, EcoStruxure Machine Expert. Okay, and this particular version of EcoStruxure Operator Terminal Expert, I have this name, but in the newer version it will be changed to Machine Expert Network. So I select this. Okay, you can see that the driver is added. Okay, and if we go back to the driver, the target interface is Ethernet, and here, okay, we need to select the network equipment, and the network equipment is the PLC, is the reference of the PLC that we can have here. So I'm going to specify like PLC N251, okay, which is different from the knob name. So in the knob name, we need to specify the name that is assigned to the knob name of the PLC, which is PLC underscore N251 underscore level 2. So I'm going to put this information here, 1 underscore level 2. We also have the possibility to use IP address, but we must use not name in order to make it work. Here we have the possibility to use the gateway settings, and here is the security. This one is the information that we have used in order to connect with the PLC using the Machine Expert. So here, administrator, okay, administrator again. Otherwise, you won't be able to communicate to the PLC. Okay, good. So I have configured this interface, okay, to communicate with the PLC. Now what we need to do, okay, is to import the information that I have created using the Machine Expert, which is this one. So we need to go to variables, symbol, and we can select here the equipment. In my case, I have only one equipment, the PLC underscore M251, and then here you have between Soul Machine Motion and Soul Machine File. Select Soul Machine File, then I need to go to the folder that I have this information, a long path, and there we go. This one is the file. Okay, just to double check with you. See this one. Okay, it has the same name. Open, and here you can see the variable's name. Okay, so this one is the information that we can see from the PLC side. So what we're gonna do is to add some objects to see this information. This one is an example I have made, okay, that I can share with you later. So let's go to numeric display. Okay, here, function, this one is okay. Shape, let's increase the font. Okay, there we go. So you can see it on the camera. And now what we need to do is to define the information that we want to share in there. So I'm going to select a variable, and let me just double check the code, which is the variable is the integer one. So I'm going to select this one. Okay, change, and now here I'm going to select the Boolean variable just to see that it's activated. Okay, binary. Okay, good. So let's see. If I simulate this, we should be able to connect to the PLC. Here. So let's go to the software. Okay. So this one is this variable, so I can select 10. See, okay, 21, and this is change. Okay, so this is to use the communication. Okay, so now let's see the behavior. Okay, when I don't use the security, sometimes we forget to use this. So let's disable and simulate again the connection. Here you can see that it's not able to communicate. Okay, so let's delete this and let's enable this again. Administrator, and simulate once again. Okay, here see that is working fine. Sometimes we forgot to use the security, okay, and that solved the problem. Now what we can do is to download this to the HMI. Okay, let's go in here. So we can download this to the HMI. Just double check. How is the transfer method? Okay, via Ethernet. Okay, transfer. Okay, yes. It's unloading. Okay, download manager. Good. This is the HMI SD6. Okay, as you can see there, okay, we have the communication with the PLC. So I'm going to change this information to this. We have the communication once again. Okay, so now let's work with something else. If we don't want to use the security on the HMI driver here, okay, we can uncheck that, and I'm going to transfer that to the PLC once again, just to double check with you the behavior so you can see it. Okay, I'm going to change one more time, 45. Okay, you can see that's working. Now I'm going to transfer again. It's going to take some time. Okay, it's not downloading. Now we're going to start booting again. So I want to show you in the real target that we shouldn't be able to communicate because we have disabled the security. Let's wait for this to boot. Okay, there we go. No information because the security is disabled. Okay, so how we can fix this? We can enable the security, okay, on the HMI as we see in here, okay, or we can disable the security on the PLC side. So if we go to the PLC, okay, it has the 192.168.5, okay, and we can use administrator once again. Okay, we can go to maintenance. Okay, let's see if, let me just change the view. This one here. Okay, so if we go here, user management, we can disable the user. So if we go to disable, okay, okay. Now you can see that we have restored the communication to the HMI after we have reset the user management of the PLC. So this use security is no longer necessary to make it work. Thank you very much for watching me, and I hope this information is useful in your daily work.